I know I had to give Sexton everything I could, and it didn't work out, but, you know, went for it.
All right, here we go, 250B underway. I know you know some of the riders in this one. Obviously one of the most hotly contested classes. Megawatch just here marveling at the heart that Austin Forkner showed.
Dude, you pulled some moves I thought should never be pulled on that knee, I will guarantee you. But you went for it, 110%.
Yeah.
Looks like Styles Robertson looking good right now in the 32. Is battling with Kyle White for the whole shot. Now he's locked it down. This will be big for Styles if he can get this on track this week right off the rip.
Yeah, no, he looks, I've seen him riding a little bit last week. He was in Oklahoma, and he was looking good, so he just needs to break away, really.
So who's he working with? Was that just a quick stop by, or is he an Oklahoma guy now?
No, he was just a quick stop by for right now, just because, I mean, Reynolds is pretty close to this style of dirt, this type of rut, so he just stopped by to get some last-minute practice in, and he was looking good, so.
Well, he's looking good right now. Styles on the Team Green Kawasaki getting away just a tad at the moment. Kyle White, as I mentioned, had the start on the number 26. Looking at the Yamaha man starting to move up here. Could that be Cullen Park trying to move into the number 2 spot and give Styles a run? Here he goes. What do you think of the, I know you probably haven't seen many motos yet, we're early in the week, but what have you seen from the racetrack, Austin?
Oh, I mean, it looks typical Loretta's, deep ruts, rough. It's obviously, it looks to be a bit more sandy than when I was racing, especially the sand sweeper where they're going right here. That's pretty sandy. They just added a lot of sand last year here, but looks a little bit more sandy, but I mean, the rough, that turn, the guys are stopping. The ruts are feet deep, so it's same old Loretta's in that respect.
That's right. Yeah, we were actually saying that the fastest way is just stopping less. You almost have to come to a complete stop. It's just how long do you stop? Yeah. Man, Styles on the gas right now. Got this thing dialed.
That's Jarrett Fry in second too. I mean, I've heard talk about the B class, and it seems like it's between those two guys. So there's that'll be a good one.
Yeah, Fry's really come into his own now with Star Racing Yamaha. You and I were down at Daytona. It was unbelievable, the riding.
Absolutely, and I love everything about this kid's program. I like their approach to the training. I like their schedule that they do on the races. And what I like most is this guy's performance on the track. This guy's always in the right position. The guy concentrates on everything from the corners, the body position, and his racecraft, dude, has come along in 2 seasons. It's simply amazing.
Super smooth on the bike is Fry. Cullen Park now back to 3rd. Levi Newby and Kyle White. That is your top 5. Yeah, so you did a lot of your work in Oklahoma even before you turned pro. Is that where you would ride before you came here?
Yeah, my last couple years, actually pretty much since I got on big bikes, I was training full-time in Oklahoma at Reynolds, and it was, I mean, if we would have, like right now, whenever I was there was tons of guys there.
Whoa, hold on to that. Wow, those ruts got Styles Robertson. Didn't go down, but lost a bunch of time. At the stuff you practice.
Not doing that is what we try to practice.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the ruts are good, and we have a full camp before Loretta as always, because there's that guys training for outdoors, like the pros, the amateurs, so the tracks get about as close as that you can get to this.
And Styles Robertson just right there giving us an idea of how big a small mistake can get. Just a simple little mistake right there, and able to recover quickly, but if not, Jarrett Fry was all over that.
Oh, it is going to be a battle here with Park in 3rd, but it's down to Fry and Robertson possibly for this moto win. Robertson has had some injuries the last couple of years, trying to bounce back this year and get his name back in that Hall of Fame. Whoa! No. I saw a big gap. I couldn't figure out why. Now we know Fry has gone down.
Uncharacteristic mistake right there. Uncharacteristic mistake of that guy. He's normally cool and calculated. Now the heart rate's up when you say Austin, and it's go time right now. The adrenaline's happening, the heart rate's up, and maybe going to have to get it in recovery mode.
Yeah, well, I saw that turn the lap before the finish right here, and the ruts, you go in and you stop, and I saw it's almost throwing the guys over the bars, so he must have went in and just stuck and fell over, but that's actually, for Styles, this is a perfect position because he just made a mistake, and now he's probably heart rate's up, and now he's got breathing room. So for him, that's perfect. For Fry, it's tables have turned.
As they say, the tide has turned, the tables have turned. You're correct, man.
So now Cullen Park is into 2nd, and Levi Newby 3rd. Jarrett Fry picks it back up in 4th. Austin Black, Dylan Schwartz 5th, 6th. Mason Gonzalez, who won a moto earlier today, in 450B 7th. Kyle White 8th. Logan Boy and Lawrence 14 rounds out your top 10, or 14. So here's Robertson. Yeah, that's going to make it a lot easier. How often can you look? This track has some parts that go back on each other, so can you get a pretty good idea pretty quickly of where everyone is if you're in the lead?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Like coming out, you go over this roller, you just take a quick look to your left, and you can see everybody. So that's the easiest thing to do. You never want to take a straight look behind you, but you can always just out of your peripherals, you can see and you know real quick, like you know who like the fast guys are. It's going to be challenging if you see, like it really depends on the color of the bike, and you know pretty much exactly what it is.
So he probably knew it was Fry.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's exactly how I termed this track earlier. We had a couple of our mini bikers, a couple of our 85s, not turning that head around, which we know you never do, but it's got good peripheral because there's so many 180s. You know, so if you're smart about it, you're going to be able to track that guy lap to lap to lap.
Cullen Park here on the 43 Yamaha had a good start, was second temporarily, now back up to second with the crash from Fry. So good job by Park. Levi Newby and Fry just came across third and fourth, and Fry just threw down a 153, so that's quicker than Newby and Park. He's got to try to get back up to second. By the way, the weather here, what is going on, Austin? This is amazing.
Yeah, I had a few, it just really depends, because I had a few great years at Loretta where the weather was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had a few years where it was like just awful, hot as can be. No, it wouldn't rain, so it's just hot all week. And then I had some years it was a mud fest. You never know what you're going to get here, really.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you may get it all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might get one moto of each.
Yeah.
Looks like Fry making moves now. We're watching the 34. He's on the right side of that 10 Commandments. Boy, you really get an idea how deep these ruts are with this Red Bull drone. In the storyland we go. Fry's on the gas. See if he can close up on Newby and Park as we go back to Styles Robertson. Now look, I'm sure if you're doing the boot camp there in Oklahoma before this, it's summertime down there. It's hot too.
Oh yeah.
Is it the same, or is it just, when it's racing, it's different than practicing in it?
It's still, I mean, you want to practice in it, but unfortunately, nothing can prepare you for racing. I don't know if it's, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if it's a whole lot more humid here. It's just the fact that you're racing, and it's that intensity, it's those nerves, it's that, I mean, just the intensity, and just you being nervous can bring your heart rate up, just that. So, I mean, you can't replicate racing. You can try to, but you just can't other than racing. So that's why you might look great in practice, but you're not going to know a thing until you get here.
Well, here's someone that's going good right now. Dylan Schwartz, the number 3 Suzuki, is actually trying to get Fry, and they come together. And again, Fry has a problem in that corner, this time because of the aggression. We were thinking Fry was trying to catch Newby and Park, which he was, but Schwartz was going even faster and now makes the move. Dylan Schwartz into third.
And Mason Gonzalez having an issue in the same corner and giving up a spot as well. That all week long we're going to see that issue down there inside. It's either going to be, it's going to make you or break you.
Fry and Newby now going at it. So their order is now Robertson in the lead, Cullen Park second. Schwartz has taken third. Newby on the white number 41 is just in front of Fry on the number 34. So how about Dylan Schwartz?
Schwartz is with him today.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you can look at lap time, Schwartz 52. That's 3 seconds faster than anybody on the track right now.
Yep, best of the moto. A couple guys got it in the 153s earlier, but right now their times have gone up and his have stayed the same.
We keep saying a couple tenths per corner, maybe a couple tenths per shake. Where do you find 3 seconds today? Where does that happen?
Yeah, that's the dream, right?
That's the problem really for a lot of us. It's like, where do you make up time? You know, like it's you just have to watch and you have to figure it out. And I think this track in particular, it's all about line selection. You're not going to make up. Anybody can go fast, but it's just about what lines are going to become bad, and then you're going to have to make a switch, and then you're going to have to figure out, okay, this line's better, this line's worse. It's all just, they can't be taught. The only way you can learn that is you just have to ride and figure it out.
Okay, so we're hanging out with Austin Forkner up here in this 250B moto. Robertson leading Park, Schwartz, Newby, and actually Fry got around Newby, is in fourth. We're watching Fry right now. Yeah, would you figure that out on the sight lap, or did you, at the end of the sight lap, pretty much know where you're going to go, or was a lot of it has to happen in race mode?
Well, on the sight lap, you would, like, I would usually take lines that I thought were good, so I would usually run most of the inside lines, because that's usually the fastest way around the track, it's the shortest. But then if you take a line on the sight lap and it's not good, then you're like, all right, remember, the turn for the finish, for example, the inside wasn't good, I need to find a different line through there, and then it's just remembering that in the race. But honestly, if you're back in the pack, it's a free-for-all.
Oh, yeah.
There's no selecting good lines. You're taking the line that the guy in front of you doesn't take.
Yep, just looking for an opening. That's crazy to process all that. So watch this battle here. That is Park under fire from Schwartz, who wants to put the Suzuki into second, and he does on the long short shoot. So Dylan Schwartz, throw his name in the mix. If he gets to start in Moto 2 or 3, he might have something for Robertson. 155. Robertson brought it back down into the 154.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Schwartz has earned every one of these positions, gaining real estate right now. Like you said, there's a lot of time left in this one. We got 9.5 minutes to go right here. There's a lot of racing left.
Gap is 11 seconds, so he really have to hustle to get up there. If you're Schwartz, probably just happy after the bad start at least to make it happen. You got some tales of pulling a bad gate pick. I'm sure it's happened before, Austin.
My last pick here at Loretta's was 42.
Jeez,
so,
oh man.
I started on the far inside. I got the whole shot. It was a muddy race, and that was the last open gate. I got the whole shot, but which is crazy because just 42 gate picks. So yeah,
nobody took it. That's crazy. Yeah. Nobody took that inside.
Nobody took the inside. I thought I was going outside, and I was like, there's no chance. But the inside was left because I had a bunch of water in front of it. So,
oh, okay.
So made it work. But yeah, no, I'm fully. I don't think I've pulled anything lower than a 10 here at Loretta's, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your best?
Yeah.
Watching Robertson going through lap traffic now.
That just tells me right now that the shortest distance doesn't matter if there's a little bit of water in the way. My man said, take the short line.
Dude, you're just splashing those guys. All you did was you just watered them out.
Yeah,
Water down some goggles for them and done.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right.
Watching Robertson, Schwartz, Park, Fry, fourth. So that's really going to be a big battle there. Park and Fry. Fry's going quicker. He's caught him. That could be huge by the end of the week. One more position if Fry can get it after having a crash and then nearly going down again while battling with Schwartz. Mason Gonzalez up to fifth. Levi Newby, Austin Black.
Like we preach, man, position and survival. Position and survival. Every position counts, and you got to survive. You got to do it 3 times. You're not going to luck into one down here.
Yeah, what was one of the crazier moto scores you had to win a title? Did you have one where you got a 4th or a 5th and was able to make it happen? Or most of the time, at least when you won, was it fairly smooth?
It was fairly smooth because the bad years that I had were I never really had just an okay year at Loretta.
Okay.
It was either I won a championship, maybe 2, or it was like maybe top 5.
Forget about it. Yeah.
It was not really in between. It was either good or I would just have a bad mud race, or it wouldn't be good. It was either up or down for me, really.
On or off.
Yeah.
And then the whole week would just go that way.
It seemed like it. Like no matter what I had things that be going my way, and then bike would mess up, or this or that. There's so many things that can happen, and it seemed like for me at least a couple years they did. So.
Yeah, you wonder when you look through, for example, the Hall of Fame in there where you see everybody's titles, and you think, well, we know that this guy turned out to be really fast and talented. How did he ever get beat? But no one is immune to it. It happened to everybody, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Weird stuff happens. Dylan Schwartz.
You name a rider, and I'll tell you who beat him.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, some weird deal.
I don't care who it is. You pick a rider out, and I'll tell you somebody who beat him.
Yeah.
Nobody has it perfect down here as we watch Schwartz on the number 3 manage to get through those ruts. Lost the fork guard on the front of that Suzuki. Well, there's Fry. Fry's not giving up on it. He's gotten around Park to take over 3rd. Would love to get back to Schwartz. The lap times almost identical. Schwartz just a couple of tenths quicker. So stretching it out. So Schwartz is definitely a contender here.
I'm telling you, that billboard turn, that left-hander is going to turn into another factor. We saw it earlier in the day, you know, and it's going to turn into a factor again. It's getting deep and steep again.
There's Fry in 3rd on the Star Racing machine. Was a Suzuki rider for a while. Obviously, Suzuki pretty pumped on Schwartz running in 3rd. And you got the Team Green man, Robertson, out front. So you are able to watch the races. I always wonder. I know riders in your position, it hurts so much, but you're able to do. Is it painful to do it? And you're like, I have to just to learn, or could you actually enjoy it?
Well, yeah, it's definitely not the greatest. And if it's by choice, I don't really watch it.
Okay.
But I mean, I follow Racer X, I follow Vital, I follow everybody. So on Saturdays, whether I want to see it or not.
That's true.
I see
That's
all
true.
the races on Instagram, Twitter. I know how everybody does. I see highlight videos, everything like that. So I might not actually watch the races, but I am in the mix of what goes on. So that
you can't help it.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah, I can't avoid it.
Nope.
Ooh, Fry almost goes down here on this beach turn. As you're watching the Red Bull drone, here he comes. Every once in a while, you get a glimpse of Schwartz up ahead. He's not giving up. He would love to get him back, maybe in the same corner. Got 4 minutes to go. Hey, so are the riders generally doing 30s at this level? Even though the 20-minute moto will take a lot out of you in this intensity, but are the B riders generally doing almost a pro level training?
Yeah, it would. I mean, not every day, obviously, but yeah, like it's usually like, okay, so we'll do 35s, then they need to do 25s or 30s, or if we do 40s, they'll. But I mean, at Reynolds, he doesn't really care if what you're on, if whatever the fast guys are doing, that's what you're doing.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're getting your 35s in.
Oh yeah, if
needed
that's
or not.
what everybody else is doing, that's what you're doing.
What is the difference when you were an amateur riding there, or now when you have some amateurs riding with you? I mean, is there a real? Can everybody pretty much ride together? Is the pace that much different, or when everybody's on the track, is it all about the same?
No, to be honest, I don't really understand a lot of people how they don't want to ride with anybody, or they just want to be alone.
Yeah.
I don't really get that because on the track in races, like, you have to change up lines. If you come up on a slower guy, you have to change up your lines to get around him. So how are you going to know to do that if you don't practice it? So I don't mind practicing with guys that are faster than me, that are slower than me, whatever, because it's just, that is what real life racing is like.
That's right.
So
You're going to encounter both of those things, faster and slower. And I'm with you. It was always bizarre to me to isolate yourself. Now you know that pace. Now you're riding that pace. You don't know what the slower guy is or the faster guy at that point.
That's true. All right, I'm going to head to the podium. Thanks for hanging out. Austin Forkner, stay to the end, whatever you want to do. I know you got another autograph session coming up, though, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock, the Fox Tower. So.
Fox Tower. All right.
2 o'clock, you say?
2 o'clock,
All right.
yeah, about there now.
Yep.
Austin
Fantastic.
Forkner helping us out, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki rider, who's out injured for the summer with a torn ACL.
Card is out right now. We're
I'm
going
headed
to
to
see
the
a white
podium,
flag here shortly,
and
but I
Megawatt
gotta
will take
tell
us
you,
to the checkered flag.
This guy's epitomizing the effort it takes right now. Jarrett Fry up and down a little bit this moto, front and back. Styles Robertson rather, out front leading the way. Very consistent, doing what he needs to do. But Jarrett Fry, we saw him work his way back into contention, lost some spots, had some bad luck there, and I preach survival down here. You gotta survive. Yeah, the win's big, but you know, we've seen championships without a moto win before.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've had a championship without a moto win. So it's yeah, it's about, okay, like, let's say Fry had pretty much 2 falls this moto, but to salvage a 3rd out of it, he's just fine. And it's the first moto, so that's, if you can get through the first 2 motos of both classes you're in usually, and you'll be fine. So just getting the first moto jitters out of the way, and because just more and more time on the track, you're gonna get more familiar with it. So it's just working the bugs out, really, and if you have a bad moto, to salvage still a podium from it, you're gonna be fine.
That's what I'm saying. That epitomizes what it takes to win a championship down here, because you know, at a totally different position early in the race, had to recover, and the big picture was the overall championship, three results. So like you said, keep yourself alive in the first one. That's critical.
Yeah, well, you can still win a championship easily with a 3rd, but with a 20th, that's not going to happen. So you can have a not great moto, but you can't have a bad moto and still win a championship. If you have a bad moto, that's it. So you just have to minimize having those just really kind of weak championship ending motos. And if you're anywhere on the podium, you're going to be fine.
You know, I tell them, you cannot win the championship in the first moto, but you can lose it.
Yep, that's exactly right. I've seen it happen, and I think it's happened to me before. So yeah, that's just really the nerves and everything. That applies to not just this, Supercross, motocross, anything. The first race out of the year, if you come out just going all out, you throw it away, then you're done. So
and how many times as a kid did you see that? Maybe your hero that you were watching, you know, here we go, round 1, and boom, gave up, 25 points. We're out for the next 3 rounds.
Yep.
Now we're looking forward to the outdoors.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I mean, that's how it is, and you always have to it's always in the back of your mind. You never want to think about that, but you're always thinking about like, hey, like if you're out front like Styles Robertson right now, I guarantee you for the past, since he's had breathing room for 10 minutes, he's been like, okay, don't throw it away. But it's hard not to think like that, but because then you're not thinking about racing if you're thinking about that, but that is always in the back of your mind, like, hey, I got a big lead, you know, don't make a big mistake.
You know, Weege and I have talked about it. Of course, we cannot relate by any means to your level, but I assume that I notice for myself when I try to pace myself, you're riding as fast as you can. Now you've got that lead. Austin, you've got 3 to 4 laps to go. It's hard to throttle back and not make a mistake because you're already in the pace, and now you're trying to be conservative and be cautious. Sometimes that can cost you just as much.
Exactly. I've had that happen to me.
Really?
I've had that happen to me before, and I've you know, it's just, you don't want to think about it because then if you're thinking about anything other than trying to go as fast as you can, you're not thinking about the racing. So you want to just keep focused on riding the track, the lappers, the line selection, all the things that are important, not how big of a lead that you have. I mean, I've thought about that multiple times, but that's how it goes.
Exactly, and there we see the big fist pump. Styles Robertson, man, making it was impressive.
Got it done. I mean,
it was impressive, dude, to me.
Start to finish. I mean, he got a good start. He was second, got into the lead, and made it happen. It's good to start the week like that because you make a statement right off the bat to the other guys. So it's good to start the week like that. I mean, yeah, he's looking good. He's looking good.
For sure. Well, I tell you what, man, it's been a pleasure having you up here. I know you got to make it over to the Fox booth right now, the Fox Tower. So 2 o'clock, going to sign some more autographs. And I tell you what, if you get a chance, come up and holler at us before you leave.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Sounds
much,
good.
Austin Fortner.
Thanks for having me.
Check this out. Let me show you what true joy is.
He looks like you out there.
That's true joy. Look at that guy. Look at that guy right there. That's who just said, that's the guy said,
that was my favorite race.
That was my favorite race.
Are you kidding me? First of all, I was starting to tell him. All right, going to wrap things up here in a minute. Looks like we're getting ready down there on the podium. Getting that Kawasaki number 32 up there, Styles Robertson, putting in the work, doing the time, man, making it happen there. So Dylan Schwartz, what an effort. That guy never gave up, made some big moves, and sure enough ends up in that number 2 ride on the number 3 Suzuki. And Jarrett Fry, man, what an effort that guy put in, up and down, up and down. And you know what? The big picture come to fruition with Jarrett Fry starting the week off with a podium right here in this 250B. So a great ride by him. Colin Park in that number 4 position. Levi Newby rounding out the top 5 in 250B.
All right, we're waiting for Styles Robertson to come on up, and we will crown a gold medalist from this 250B class. And we got Pro Sport coming up after this one. So let's bring Styles on up. Yeah, gets the handshake. That's the one that really matters. With Bruce Sternstrom, one of the heads of racing for Kawasaki. They're obviously super invested, as Team Green always has been in the next generation. I'm going to bring you to the front. Let's hear it for the number 32, Styles Robertson. I know every moto win at Loretta's is big, but you seemed extra pumped on this one.
Yeah, being out for a year with the torn ACL is not the way you want to come. I came back and, man, I've never wanted it so bad. Like, I've been putting in work with Ivan Tedesco, Robbie Raynard, my trainer Darren Stockton, my mechanic Chris, the whole Monster G Kawasaki Team Green. I cannot thank them enough. Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Alpine Star, Scott, Throttle Syndicate, Rithdal, and then Adam from Pro Circuit for getting my suspension dialed.
All right, awesome job. Looking for more of these, right? This could be the start of something big.
Well, yeah, let's hope so.
All right, let's hear it for Styles Robertson. All right, he is back, and at least right now in charge of the B class, but we got a lot of talent that's going to try to run with him. First, we'll bring up our second place finisher, the Bar X Suzuki man, who did a great job coming through. making passes to get that runner-up ride and the silver medal. And then right after that, we'll talk to our third place finisher. There was certainly some battling for the second and third place spots. So here he comes. He wears the number 3, but he put it into the number 2 position. Let's hear it for our silver medalist in 250B Moto 1, Lynn Schwartz. That's a heck of a ride, man. You were nowhere early on. Did you have the bad gate pick?
Yeah, I picked 34, so I didn't get off to a good start, and I crashed the first lap. I ran into a kid, and it was just a bad lap, and I knew I just had to charge as hard as I could. And then once I saw Fry, I knew I was somewhere up there, so I just kept pushing as hard as I could, got around him, and I was gassed. I tried so hard to get up to the front, but I definitely couldn't have done it without my whole team, BarX Motorsports, Suzuki, Rhino Power 100%, Fly, CD, Pirelli, Twisted Development, my parents, my sister, Myron, Larry, Big Mac, my mechanic Caden, and just everyone that supports me. Thank you.
Lynn Schwartz, your runner-up. Great ride. Okay, and we're looking for third place. What a wild ride for him. At one point, we thought he was going to try to battle for the lead. Then he went down, picked himself back up, and finishes third. So let's bring the third place rider up on the number 34. Well, this should be a slugfest. We've definitely established some of the key players going into the next couple of motos. And this guy, like we said, had a crash, but he recovers for the bronze. Let's hear it for Jarrett Fry. Robertson made a bobble. You got close, and then next thing we know, we saw you on the ground. What happened there?
Yeah, I went in that turn, and then my back end stepped out, and got up, and had a couple people pass me, and then got a couple of them back, and then went down again, and then ended up third.
Did you feel you were riding better at the end? Did you get a lot of it straightened out?
Yeah, I didn't get to do the second practice yesterday, so I was a little uncomfortable at first, and then got better towards the moto at the end.
Cool. Who do you want to thank, Jarrett?
Monster Energy, Star Racing, Yamaha, Thor, Bell, 100%, Alpine Star, FMF, Dunlop, and anyone else I forgot, thanks.
All right, third place, Jarrett Fry. And we need